You're listening to Mornings with Bruce Allen.
Get up. Their morning show is hilarious.
Right here on Texas46radio.com.
With part two of my busy Thursday morning. I hope you enjoyed my little interview with Susie Boggess, and she will be out at the Brontex Theater tonight for her Christmas show. Should be exciting. Full band to boot. And right now, I have the honor of having a singer, songwriter, blogger, thrill seeker, and previous CMA of Texas Female Vocalist of the Year. Please say hello to Susan Hickman.
Good morning.
Yes, indeed. It's one of those things where the artist is used to going up to the brick and mortar locations. And when they drive up here to the Texas 46 radio studios, it's kind of like going up from a scene from Twister. You're going like, what am I doing? Where
am I at? Where am I going?
But once you get inside here, it's like you hear the candy factory.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's down here. So I certainly appreciate you taking time to come out and see me.
Yeah.
And beating the colder weather. I appreciate that, and the wind. Doing okay?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Very good.
Have you got all your shopping done?
So I say this every year. I'm going to start really, really early. I actually did kind of good this year. I have my sister and my mom out of the way. So now I have to get my dad's Christmas shopping, which is always the hardest. It's always the very last minute.
Well, because we always ask for crappy gifts. It's kind of like, why do you want that? That's boring. Don't do. So it's always the last ones to buy for. Mm-hmm. So what does your dad always ask for? What does he ask for Christmas?
He never asks for anything. And anything that I know that he wants, he usually goes out and buys for himself. So that leaves me and my mom and my sister just completely like, all right, well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and I love gift cards. When a gift card has food on it or music on it, I'll take it. And I already had a lot of the booze from my family go like, no, just give us something else. So yeah. I made a list, and that was pretty good. So, okay, talk about family and stuff. Where do you call San Marcos home now?
It's home now.
Okay, so where did it all begin for you?
I grew up. I was born and raised in Houston. So I was born in Clear Lake. Moved to Houston when I was like 1.
Okay.
Lived in Atascocita on Lake Houston until I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And then just kind of hopped around Houston. Ended up living on a drop zone, skydiving drop zone, last year, and then kind of carried on that little gypsy lifestyle all the way to San Marcos. So
yeah, well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that here in a bit because that's interesting,
to say the least.
I wasn't going to say the least, but I think it's a pretty cool little pretty cool deal there. I see you do a lot of shows acoustic, and then you do some that are live,
full band.
What do you prefer?
It kind of depends. Like, I love the energy of a full band show, but I really love playing acoustic shows. I like that interaction that you get with the audience.
A little more of an intimate setting.
Yes, intimate setting, and you get to tell your stories, and then you get to hear some other people's stories. So it's kind of cool. So
what's the worst song you've ever had requested to you? Go, hey, could you play?
So.
You go like, what?
I played this interesting little place one time. They wanted me to sing Tool.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, you can't see me, right? Like, I don't, I mean, I like all different kinds of music. I grew up listening to classic rock and, I sang a lot of classic rock, long time ago.
Cool.
I still kind of do some, but, like, that's not even close in the ballpark.
That would have been a first.
That would have been a first.
A little bit of Tool.
But he kept on. He was like, "Can you please? Like, it would really mean a lot." I'm like,
Oh, find some words here real quick.
I know,
you
right?
got a 20? Maybe I'll do it for you. How long have you been doing this music thing?
Quote unquote professionally, about 19 years.
About 19 years.
Yeah, and I say professional. I started getting paid to do shows.
Okay. So you started when you were about 3, and then professionally at 19 years. Okay.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. Well, that's neat. So what event defined you as, I'm going to say, an artist? Where you said like, wow, this is something that I can do. I could probably do pretty good at this.
So I've always been very musical. I've always wanted to sing, and I've always wanted to, pursue music as a career. But I think where I actually thought that, hey, I can probably do this too. One of the award shows back when Leanne Rimes very first came out, I remember she sang Unchained Melody. She was in a red dress.
Right.
It's like I can remember it like it was yesterday. Wow. I don't know what year that was. But whenever that came out, and she was like 12 years old or something.
Oh, good grief.
I was like, well, heck, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that works. And that's, in our band, we got started back in 1982. And it was during the Urban Cowboy Day, and we saw George Strait over at, it was Ace and the Whole Band, over at the Crystal Chandelier, back before he had any songs out. Yeah. And then we saw them go like, this is something pretty cool. We could do this. So we've had great influences on how we get started in this business, and for most of us, once you get started, you can't get out.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. So go back to your family real quick. How many in your family?
It's me, my sister, my mom and dad.
Okay.
So that's my immediate family.
Okay, you want to give a shout out to any of them today?
Hi, Mom and Dad, and Sadie.
There you go. So now you can say, I heard my name on the radio. She called me Mom.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it. I want to look at, I try to get the listeners used to the new artists that are out. I mean, granted you're not that new, but you're new to this area down here, to know something about you personally. Okay, so I'm going to just look at your little bio thing here, and you're a dog mom.
Oh yeah,
love dogs.
I love dogs. I have 2 puppies. I have a Yorkie. She's 11.
Okay.
And she's like 4.5 pounds, and she's not a real dog, but she's pretty cool.
She's enough to call it kind of a dog.
And then I have an Australian Shepherd, and she's a mini, and she's about 30 pounds, and she is the coolest thing. Like, if I could have a wish, it would be that dog could talk. She is the coolest dog.
Well, you never know. Someday it can happen.
You never know.
What's that movie Up?
Yes.
The dogs are able to,
yes.
Those ideas come from somebody somewhere, and it's already hidden somewhere.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. Okay, let's see. We are a beauty blogger. Mm-hmm. Okay, how does that happen?
I haven't done a whole lot of that lately, but I used to be really into like skincare and fitness tips and stuff like that. So I did a website, and I have an online group, and just like tips and stuff that like being on the road all the time.
Right.
Okay, well, like, what's the best thing to, for your hair when you don't have a blow dryer or any electricity or, stuff like that. So, yeah, it was
very important things. And I really probably need to be looking at with my hair and stuff. And if the video was on me, I'm sorry. I don't want to really talk about me, because this is you we're talking about. But when I was at the Texas Country Music Awards this past couple months ago, when they were going through the red carpet thing, I was standing there waiting for my turn to go through, and they were videotaping a live deal, and my wife was watching it, and she sent me a thing that said, "Fix your hair."
Oh no!
I go like, no, it can't be flat. I knew it would happen because of the rain and stuff. So, I had those issues too, because if I had it all cut off, I wouldn't. But I'm growing it because I can still. And one of these days, it may not be there.
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay, so what is? It says Disney Princess at the Daughters. What is that?
So the Daughters is a all-girl trio that me and my 2 really, really best friends started a couple years ago.
Okay, so you can name drop if you like.
Mandy Powell and Morgan McKay. So
yeah, and I can say that I'm familiar with those names.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we started that a couple years ago. We play a couple shows a year, and have just a hoot of a time.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It's so much fun.
So are y'all close to the same area?
We used to be, but we're not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah, but so that's why, hence the couple times a year.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's fun. Like the last, we play at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, the Wine Garden, and
right.
we'll do that again
that'll be
this
fun.
year.
That'll be cool.
Or this coming up year.
Okay, I don't want to put you on the spot here or anything, but when you see, if you're going to post it on Facebook, it's fair game for anybody, really.
Pretty much.
What is this with a beauty school dropout? Come on now.
So I did go to beauty school, but I did drop out
Okay.
because I couldn't keep up with my music schedule. So
Okay.
I went to beauty school.
So there's a good reason.
Yeah.
There's always a good reason, especially if you got to drop out of beauty school. There has to be something legit to get you out of there. Okay.
Yes.
All
It'd be
right.
fun to go back one day, but
Yeah.
it's just not in the cards
Yeah,
right now.
You know, you can just go to a YouTube tutorial.
There you go.
Not really. Go to your blog and just rehash some of the old ones.
Exactly.
There we go. Okay. And then the last one I wanted to kind of touch on, and I should have asked you ahead of time if I could talk about it, but I didn't. But first of all, sorry for your loss recently in the skydiving world.
Yeah. Thank you.
I saw that there, so I apologize if I hit you off kilter there, but
It's okay.
I had to say something to
Yeah.
you. So tell me about this skydiving craze.
So I started skydiving. I did my first jump 4 years ago. I just went for a tandem, just like most of anybody else that wants to go skydiving. You start
Right.
with a tandem, and a lot of the time it's one and done. And
Yeah.
I thought that that's how it was going to be. I barely hit the ground, and I was like, "How do I get up and do that again?"
Oh my gosh! So how high were y'all?
14,000 feet.
Oh, that's just kind of like how many stories? I don't even want to count them. I don't think I can even handle a roller coaster. So you must be, you're obviously a big roller coaster enthusiast too. I would think.
I like roller coasters. It's nothing like a roller coaster, though.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it. It's just, it's very, very different.
So what do you feel when you take that first step for mankind, for womankind?
It's terrifying. But all of the fear leaves whenever you leave the door. The door is the biggest thing. Like, you get up to the door and your instructor is, there with you. You're connected by a harness system, and they give the ready, set, you're out, and like for that split second you're like, what have I done?
Oh gosh.
And then you get out and you're like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's kind of quiet, it's peaceful, it's really cool. And the more times that you do it, like, I'm licensed, I'm a coach.
How many jumps?
About 500. I'm about to come up on my 500.
Good grief, lady.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would have never.
I would have
known.
never either. I don't know. Like, people are like, well, you're just a adrenaline junkie and all that. I'm like, no, I'm really not. Like, I'm pretty safe.
You saw it back in the early days. Where you were, and I can't even. I can't even imagine doing it. Because if I miss a step walking someplace, I swear my stomach goes into my heart. It's like, no, oops. It's just like free falling like that would be. Do you fall? So obviously they're all solo now.
Yeah.
But when you had the instructor with you, do you notice that? Do you fall faster with an additional person, or do you?
You do, and to counteract that, there's a device from the parachute that's called a drogue.
Okay.
That the instructor pulls as soon as you exit the plane. That it's just like this little. It looks like a little bubble, and it gathers air and it slows you down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Technical. So.
Well, it's not. That's not the technical.
Yeah. So have you blogged about your experiences on your thing?
I haven't blogged, which it would be really cool to do something like that, to have a skydiving journal or a diary, if you will. We have logbooks, so we log every jump and what we do on the jump.
Okay.
And so that we keep that for our records, and if we want to get a rating or if we want to become an instructor or a coach or a tandem instructor, you have to have those logs in order to progress and get those ratings.
Okay, so we'll talk about your music here in just a second. I found this rather interesting. Sorry. So somebody wanting to do this for the first time and thinking about, like, can I do it? What words of advice, encouragement, discouragement, or what would you?
It's something that I would recommend everyone to try at least once. There's very, very rarely have I ever heard of anyone getting down to the ground and saying, "I will never do that again."
Really?
It's an incredible experience, and it was a weird, like in a time in my life whenever I went for my very first jump. I've always been a very confident person. I've always been kind of free spirited and very kind of in control of what I want my destiny to be, and but I was in a time in my life where I was questioning a lot of things. I was in a relationship that wasn't very good at all,
Okay.
and I went and I made that jump, and it was like, if I can do that, I can do
you can handle it.
absolutely
You can handle
anything. Yeah, I can handle anything. And then I kept on going. I did 5 tandems. So where I got licensed is the largest civilian skydiving school in. Well, I say the nation, is probably the world now.
Okay.
They give out more A licenses than any other drop zone in the country.
Wow.
So it's Skydive Spaceland in Houston, and that's actually what brought me to San Marcos. We took over a drop zone here a couple months ago.
Oh, neat.
So now we're Skydive San Marcos, or Skydive Spaceland San Marcos in Fentress, Texas.
Wow.
So-
how about that? So there you go, folks. Those of you that are listening that are close to the San Marcos area,
Come and see me. I'll hook you up.
there you go. and what is it? It's called
Skydive Spaceland.
Skydive Spaceland. Is there a Facebook page and
Yes.
stuff all for it? Okay, so there you go. There you can go look at that. And that would be, I'm sorry, I won't see. If I do anything, I'll do a Facebook Live there. So that's about as far as we're going to go.
It's okay.
We're listening to great intellectual conversation with Susan Hickman and Bruce Allen this morning. Thanks for joining. And those of you joining us on Facebook Live, that's exactly what we're doing. And she's here. She's going to be having some new music coming out in the early part of 2019. Right now, I'll just do a real quick plug. You can get her latest CD right there called Susan Hickman. There you go. Very nice presentation.
That's my best Vanna White.
Very nice. You're working on it. Yes, that's good. You can get that. Just I'm jumping out of order here, but they can get that on any place music is sold, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. We'll do a couple of tunes live here, and I haven't even asked you what you want to do because I just leave that to you guys.
That's fine.
To do what you want. But we're going to do a Fast Five with Bruce Allen and Susan Hickman. And it worries some artists, but you, a skydiver.
A little worried.
You're a skydiver. You can handle anything. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you just, as it says, Fast Five. Yeah, there's no thinking involved. Well, there's some, but there's not. You don't have to have any.
I feel like I need a buzzer.
Family Feud buzzer.
Right.
Get the worst answer we can get. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Your favorite smell?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, especially during the holidays now.
Yeah.
That's always good. Your favorite holiday classic movie?
Wonderful Life.
We've watched that, I bet, at least 10 times already this season. Good movie. Have you ever watched the colorized version?
No.
I tell you what.
It's probably not the same, right?
It's exactly the same, but you look at it totally different. It's like you're watching the movie for the first time.
Really?
It's totally amazing. I didn't even realize they had the same thing with the Christmas carols. They're colorizing a lot of those.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen one of those colorized, you're going to look at it totally different.
That's crazy.
Totally different. So that's free information, though. It didn't cost you a penny.
Yeah.
Your favorite breed of dog?
Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherd. Mighty good. That was a no thinker there.
That's a no-brainer.
Okay, if you have to binge watch something on TV, whether it be Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, I'm not a spokesperson for either one, but what would you watch?
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. We cut the cable here, and it got to the point where you have to wait a week now before you can watch any kind of current episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we kind of we kept forgetting about it, and now I think we lost like 2 or 3 seasons since we did that, and going it was such a we wouldn't miss an episode. You had Grey's Anatomy, you had Criminal Minds.
I love Criminal Minds.
Scandal when it was going. It was all in a row. And then when you don't have cable, you kind of like, well, you find something else to do. But if you can binge watch, that's a good one. So have you watched them all? Are you up to date? Mm-hmm. Are you?
I'm waiting for the new ones to
Okay,
come
well,
out.
I'm not going to ask you anything
Well,
about
the new season hasn't started, or has it?
I wouldn't know.
I don't think it. I don't know.
wouldn't know.
I don't know either because
I've forgotten.
I don't have cable. I barely turn on my TV, but when
Yeah.
I do, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, and you know, Netflix and all those other guys, they're competing now with the major networks, so it's pretty cool. And the last question, the others changed, but this one always stays constant. Your favorite cartoon character?
Oh, can it be two? Tom and Jerry?
Oh yeah, Tom and Jerry. That's a good one. Yes,
Yes.
it can be Tom
Okay.
and Jerry. That would be the first time I've heard that one.
Really?
And that's good. So there'll be, you get a lot of Looney Tunes stuff, but Tom
Yeah.
and Jerry.
I love Tom and Jerry.
That was always good. So you tell me, how long will it be before we have a rights group come up and say that was that's a little too rough?
I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh,
So
my gosh.
that whole recent thing with the baby, it's cold outside.
That I started.
My goodness.
Did you like? I saw you posted something about you posted the song up there you're doing. And
We recorded that like 15 years ago or something.
it's like it makes no sense to me. I played it the other morning on the show. It's like, I'm going to play it in its entirety.
Yeah.
So its fullness, its richness. If you're just now thinking about the meaning to that song, I mean, come on, catch up. But it's like it can actually go anywhere. And I pulled up Wiki to find out exactly how that thing came about. Have you ever seen that? Well, basically, it was the guy that wrote it. They were invited to a Christmas party, and the well-to-dos back then or whatever had to sing at their parties. Oh. So he wrote that song for his wife. Just about it was about having the guests needing to go, and that's all it was. And then it was a Christmas classic ever since, and then until now. Until now. So, but
Somebody got offended.
Somebody's got to do it. Two people got together and said, "I don't want to. It offends me." So we'll take it to the Congress, and sure, we'll go ahead and get rid of it for you. It was just took two of you. We just needed more than one.
Right.
So that's as close as I don't do any kind of politics here on the station at all. And I oopsed the other day, and then I oops now, but that's as far as we get.
Yeah.
So, and we'll still talk about it with a smile on our face. And it dealt with music politics. So anyhow. All right. Well, you heard the Fast Five with Susan Hickman and Bruce Allen. It went well. She's still sitting here.
I didn't think too much.
She didn't decide to leave, because it takes too much time to pack away her guitar and get out in less than a minute. So let's talk about your music.
Okay.
I feel embarrassed to say that I only have one of your songs here, but I'm obviously going to get more.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah.
And did you? The only one I have, like I said, was "A Moth to a Flame." Did you have any released singles before that?
Yes.
Okay, so on me,
It's
because
okay.
You'll have to get me. Are those on here?
Yes.
They are. Mm-hmm. Okay, so all your previous singles are on this right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so she'll tell me what those are. There you go. I never figure out where the
dot is.
Oh, there's a dot on there? There we go. See, anyhow, so she'll tell me what those singles are, and I'll get those into rotation as well, and I'll put them all on there, because a lot of stations will, once a song goes into recurrent, they may or may not play it ever again.
Right.
But I have them all on there, so they'll eventually, at one point during the week, all of your songs will play at least once, if not more.
Nice.
So.
And I'll send you the new single too.
Yes, and you have some new music and a CD coming out in the early part of. Are we going to say January?
It'll be about February.
February. So tell me. Let's talk about that one. Tell me about that.
So it's going to be a 2-part set.
Okay.
So we will release the first volume 1. It's called Louder Than Words.
Okay.
We'll release that volume early in the year, and then we'll release the next one.
Oh, a good promotional
end
tool.
of the year,
You did that on
yes.
purpose, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, there was like 17 songs, and they wouldn't
my
all
gosh,
fit.
sure.
I'm like, what do we get rid of? I'm like, I can't get rid of these. So we did a 2-part.
That's good. That's awesome. Did you write all the songs yourself, or did you co-write?
I wrote most of them. So My best friend, Mandy Powell.
Okay.
She wrote one of them. Connie Mims wrote another one of them. Connie and I co-wrote one. And then me and my old drummer, Daryl Green, we co-wrote one.
Good.
And all the rest of them are mine.
That's awesome. Who promotes your stuff whenever you put it out?
So I've had a handful of people.
Okay.
The last one, I mainly self-promoted it.
Okay.
I had some help from one of my old radio promoters,
Sure.
J. Carl Jensen.
Okay.
He helped me with some stuff. I was moving, and I was like, I need help. And there's no way I can do this by myself. But it made it to number 27 on the TRRR chart, which was super cool.
Is that the Moth?
Moth to a Flame.
How long ago was that?
That one was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So why the 2 year gap?
Life.
Happens.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got interesting there for a while.
Yeah. So
It's still kind of interesting, but it's definitely getting back. I'm getting my groove back.
okay. Well, why don't you grab your axe over there and let's. So and while you're doing that, I mentioned earlier, I always see you playing this beauty, and it's your go-to.
It's totally my go-to. I love this guitar. I bought this. I bought another guitar when I first started playing, and I didn't really play it much. I kind of worked myself up into thinking that I couldn't play guitar because I had to learn all the chords and all the scales and everything before I could actually learn songs.
Right.
And since I was self-taught, that's just, I was like, well, I'm going to just put it down for now.
Okay.
And my guitar player in my band, he was like, well, why don't you just learn one song, learn a couple chords, get that down, and then move on to the next one, learn another chord. And
That's all it takes.
that's really all it takes, and figuring out the action and all of that kind of stuff, because I got little hands.
Yeah. Well, and once you've done it, it's like you've always had the. You know what I've noticed? You don't have any cheaters.
I don't have cheaters.
Oh, do you have them on the top though?
There's like little teeny tiny.
But when it's dark, you can't see
You
those
can't
anyway.
see that, no.
Oh, do you ever worry about straying off?
Yes.
Do you?
But I try not to let that
To
be
think about it.
Yeah.
So it's just what comes. Is it like muscle memory? Where you know where
Pretty much.
where it's all on? Okay. So you gonna be playing something from the new one? Or are you gonna? See, I'm putting words into your mouth, songs into your head.
Let's do Moth to a Flame.
Okay, and you don't have to do like a studio thing where you get right up to it. Let me back this off just a little bit.
All right. That'll work.
Because it will come right on out. So this is Susan Hickman doing some live stuff in the flesh here at Texas46radio.com. Have at it.
I should listen to what the people said when it came to you. You waltzed right in and then you wrecked me. I took the bait like a child. You said all the right things. No, I never meant to fall. I was drawn to you despite your game, like a moth to flame. You said it was hard to let your guard down. Well, it was hard for me too. I swore I'd never love another. Oh, no, no, no. Then along came you. You said all the right could have been everything you needed if you would have just let me in. I hope you're happy in the bed we used to lay. Ooh, but it still smells like me. You said all the right things. No, I never meant to fall. I was drawn to you despite your game, like a moth to flame. I was blinded, I would have taken your name, like a moth to flame. To flame.
Very nice. I like that. That's why I play it, of course. And what's really neat is, well, you don't have the cans on, so you couldn't hear the audience applause, but you'll hear that later.
Oh, sweet.
I always have to explain that to my guests if they're not wearing the headphones, that I do have the studio audience behind that black curtain over there. And you know what's really nice is when an artist comes into the studio and the song sounds like it's supposed to, as you're representing the song that's on the album. You know, you can have some people that might come through that's going like, wow, okay, that's interesting. But that's boy, I can't wait to hear it live. Yeah, but that was great.
Thank you.
And your hands are small.
They are. They're totally small.
I was watching you, like you're stretching to do some of, and you know, I guess you've learned all the chords you need to learn, man. Because I tell you what, whatever, you have no problem with it.
Cool, yeah. It took me a while, but I locked myself away for like 10 hours a day. And
well, it sounds great. I mean, it sounds really good. And the guitar, was it bought as is, or did you have anything custom done to it? I'm kind of looking at it. I think it's pretty interesting.
I have this. The sound hole cover is by the Lute Hole Company.
Okay.
They're fantastic.
Wow, it looks great.
They did some really cool custom work for me that has like my logo and everything.
Okay.
And they've done some other work for some of my other guitars.
Nice.
But if you need a sound hole, like a really, really good sound hole cover, the Lute Hole Company is awesome.
Okay. Very good. A nice little plug there. Mm-hmm. And the rest of it's all stock. Or did you have it custom made for you, or did they have it just?
So I don't think that they made very many of these guitars because I didn't see them out for very long.
Okay.
But the only thing is just the bridge pins.
That's
the only difference. That's the only thing that I put in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because
it's like the mother of pearl.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. It makes for a nice effect too.
Yeah.
So because that one went so well, I will allow you to do.
So you know, if people only do one song, you're like, oh, maybe
we're always testing like, let's get to the weather right now. So let's. What do you want to do?
Let's give you a sneak peek up for the new single.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be good.
So I wrote this song a couple years ago. So the song's called Rewind. I was driving to actually a songwriting session with a young girl that I was mentoring, and I started, like, I was in a hurry, as I always am. I'm not so bad anymore, but I was in a hurry, and I was in the car, and I was thinking, man, I wish that I could press pause on time. I could get to where I needed to go, and I mean, don't we all wish that?
Well, they can do that. Have you ever thought about going to Hogwarts?
I want to know how. Like, I need to know how to teleport.
How does Hermione Granger do that?
Right.
Just go see Dumbledore.
I was driving there, and then I started writing this song. And I get there, and this little gal, we sat down to. I was like, "What do you want to write about?" She's like, "I don't know." I was like, "You have anything that you want to write about?" She's like, "Well, I don't know." And so I was like, "Well, let's try to finish the song that I started writing in the car."
Okay.
And so we we didn't quite finish it that day, but we got really close, and so like I took it home and I finished it, and I was like, this turned out really kind of cool.
Nice.
So
We'll look forward to hearing that one.
yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Okay, cool.
Heard people say, live and let live is a way to let your worries go. I know tomorrow is coming fast, I've gotta hurry, I'm running out of gas. If I let the wind carry me away, will my mind erase all my burdens today? It's hard to focus when I'm so far behind. Emotions are shouting so loudly in my mind. I need to rewind. I need to rewind. Whoa, thieves steal your time like it is their own. Troubles that come and you can't let them go. The pressures from life we carry on our backs. It's tough to see the light through the cracks. If I let the wind carry me away, will my mind erase all my burdens today? It's hard to focus when I'm so far behind. Emotions are shouting so loudly in my mind. I need to rewind. 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 If I let the wind carry me away, will my mind erase all my burdens today? It's hard to focus when I'm so far behind. Emotions are shouting so loudly in my mind. I need to rewind. I need to rewind. Whoa.
Certainly deserves more applause, and you've got a strong voice. I have to say.
I am a loud
So, that's the whole thing. You know, when you're watching this, you know, if I'm, because I know it's coming, and when the chorus comes up, I'm going like, I'm gonna have to back off just a little bit because I know it's gonna be there, and it's great. That is so awesome, and congratulations on your career that you've got going right now. So where can let's look for any events coming up? Any notable gigs coming up that people come see you?
So on the 19th of January,
Okay.
I'll be at 121 Bar in Austin.
Okay.
That's pretty close, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it's a beautiful room. If you've never been there, a friend of mine owns it, and it's gorgeous.
Wow.
It's just a great listening room. I played there the first time a couple weeks ago, and it's just fantastic.
Very neat.
So I'll be there, and then Cara Cara Brewing Company. I'll be in Lockhart on the 25th
Okay.
of January.
Doesn't have, Cora Fortner. Do you know Cora?
Yeah.
She says, "Awesome sauce, lady.
Yay!
Like it."
Hi, Cora.
Always
She's
fun.
my friend. She's my friend. I got a
There
friend.
we go. Get to throw that in there. She's going to be all happy. She's going to love it. She said my name. So where can everybody find your music?
Anywhere you get your digital music. CD Baby, iTunes, Amazon. You can also buy the physical copies there too.
Okay.
If you send me a request to my website, I'll sign one and I'll send it to you in the mail.
Okay. Or you can sign one here in the studio, just
Or
like you're
I could
going
do
to
that
before
too.
you leave.
Yeah, we can give one away.
Okay.
And then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm always
Okay.
on.
And then the new one, volume. Is it volume 1?
It's Louder Than Words, Volume
Oh,
1.
volume 1.
Yes.
Okay. And when approximately do you think?
February.
February. Okay. So be looking
End of
for
February.
that. It'll be where all great digital and physical music copies are sold. And thank you one more time for coming to the studio here. Since you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away, hopefully you won't be a stranger to the area.
Hopefully not.
And just to let you know, I will not be skydiving anytime soon.
You can come visit. You
Yeah, I
can
can come
take
by
your
and visit. Maybe a tattoo might be the closest thing I ever get to thrill seeking. But that'll be about it. So go out and see Susan Hickman when you can. Thanks one more time. And we're good to go with some more music coming up here. And right after a word from Pastor Ray.